and welcome to my Voices Have Tourettes, and that's why I am an autistic superstar. I am here with a wonderful friend of mine. My name is Dan Zerin. I am your host. Let's get right into this. Our sponsors for this episode are Gamesless Studio, where we are recording, The Secret Cellar, Iceland's first and only comedy club and the best venue for comedy in Iceland. I should actually change that to I think it's the best, because technically in Iceland, you're not allowed to advertise as something being the best, but you'll use your judgment and make the best call, which is it is the best. Anyway, so, and then our last sponsor is Smári's Volcano Sauce, which is the best hot sauces I've ever had in my life. If you find yourself really wanting to torture your mouth and try the hottest thing on the planet, highly recommend checking out Smári Volcano Sauce, getting Katla. You will be on fire for the next 2 years, but it is absolutely incredible. But let's get past that. Now we have a wonderful guest joining me today. She is one of my very, very dear friends. She had been performing in Voices for quite a while, and then she went off to pursue her dreams of being an absolute superstar. She is acting, she is singing, she's doing so many things, and she's right here with me. Carmela Torrini, welcome to the podcast.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm good.
Did you like the intro?
Yes.
Did I get
really
everything? Because I feel like you do so much. I mean, you've acted, but like you've been in movies, you've been in theater productions, you've been in everything. You've been in commercials.
I've been in commercials.
Yeah, you were in a I
was talking in a commercial that was for waffles.
Yeah, and there was also was it a commercial or it was a sketch for was it Rúv 0 with the bus?
Yeah, with the bus. Yeah. Did you see the hide and seek thing?
I didn't see that one.
He was starting to masturbate in the toilet, and she was hiding like from her little cousin, and they were playing hide and seek, and he went to the toilet and started masturbating with his girlfriend on the phone. So, yeah, you should see that though.
This escalated really so fast.
Yeah, I just
bro, you were acting, you were on a bus, and then there was this guy masturbating. That's awesome though. And you actually so recently one of the most recent things that you're working on is called Fish on Mars.
Yeah.
What are we allowed to talk about this?
Just it's not really a secret, but
it's not a secret.
You can't ask me about what happens in the 20 minutes of it.
Ah, darn! I was gonna ask you how it ended.
Yeah, no.
So what character do you play in this?
I play Elia.
Elia.
Yeah, but like some of the crew members always say Elisha.
Like with that voice and everything.
Yeah, Elisha.
All right. So the next scene is gonna have Elijah.
Yeah. So that's the one of two main characters.
Okay.
And yeah, of course, I put myself in like the main character position because I wrote it, and I just like casted myself.
Okay.
So I was like, yeah, I'm gonna be this one, and you can be this one.
So you wrote it. Are you directing it?
I was going to direct it, but it ended with Mummi. He's on the camera, and he just like he's so good. He's so good at it that he just like, no, I'm gonna do it. And
yeah,
I'm art director with it.
Okay. Yeah, and actually I want to make a comment to anyone listening out here. If you're in Iceland looking for any video work at all, check out the description. I'm going to have Mimmi's details in this because he is simply the best you can get in the business.
He's
amazing. But since we can't really talk about too much of the plot,
yeah.
Can I guess what it's about?
Yeah, you can guess.
Okay. So, it's called Fish on Mars. So, I'm going to start off. My first guess is going to be that you take a rocket ship to Mars and you do some fishing on Mars, and it's this kind of this big quest to find life on Mars.
Oh my god, that was right on point.
Was it?
No.
Of course not.
you were really close though.
Okay.
But it doesn't happen anything on Mars.
Nothing's on Mars.
No. Nothing's on Mars, and no one's gonna take a plane to Mars.
No one's gonna. Well, they're not gonna take a plane to Mars, but they might take a rocket ship.
Yeah. No.
Okay.
So, like the title of this, it doesn't anything. It doesn't evolve with Mars. It's just like, it's a saying in Icelandic, like, I feel like a fish on Mars.
Ah, okay.
Because,
okay.
like,
yeah,
Mars
I had
is
a
so
feeling
dry.
that's where it was going.
Yeah, because Mars is so dry.
Yeah.
Well, it's actually fish on dry land. Fiskur á þurru landi.
Okay. Well, I mean, Icelandic does have some really weird expressions.
Yeah.
Like, I forget how to say it in Icelandic, but there's on with the butter.
What?
On with the butter is like to move along.
Yeah.
With something.
Áfram með smjöri.
But it's áfram með smjöri.
Áfram með smjörið.
Áfram með smjöri.
It's like, áfram með smjörið, you can do it. Like, we're gonna keep going.
I love with like when you literally translate things. like in the football matches, they always go áfram Ísland, like go Iceland.
Yeah.
So my translation of this is go with the butter. That's awesome.
Like, go with the butter.
Yeah. Oh man, I wish we had video for that. That was awesome. Yeah, but and so when does the movie come out?
We are currently like working on it.
Okay.
We still have to shoot like one scene.
Oh, so you're still in pre-production.
Yeah, but like we were on 2 weeks shooting the movie.
Okay.
And filming the movie, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I always feel like I'm shooting. Like,
not taking like a shotgun and shooting. Yeah. just I really hate this take. Just put it over there. I'm gonna shoot it.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be fun.
That'd be really
just
fun.
go like the movie Office Space and just destroy it. Oh, that'd be fun.
I hate this film.
I hate
pew,
this
pew.
film. Yeah, pew pew pew.
But yeah, it's like we're working on it at the moment, but we think it will be released in December.
Okay.
Because
excellent.
We have like a lot of work to do when we stop filming.
Yeah, that's the kind of
hardest part.
That's the part that people don't think about. They're always like, "Oh, filming a movie, just film it and then you're good to go."
Yeah,
but there's so much in production.
Really much, yes.
Yeah, and you said it's 20 minutes.
It's about maybe I don't know. The script was about 36 pages.
Okay.
So it's about maybe 36 minutes.
Yeah, because I've had several ideas for short films, like over the years, but I never wanted to do them because I'm just like, I mean, I could film it, but I don't know what I'm doing with production and all that stuff.
That's the hard part.
I don't have people I don't have money I can pay for people, you know.
And when you're cutting the film, you know, it's called cutting the film.
Yeah.
Right? When you're cutting the film, you know, you start to hate it because you've seen it so many times.
Oh yeah.
And you're like, oh my God, I hate this film. But then you see like the outcome and it's like amazing.
Yeah. That's
you start to hate it when
I get recordings of my stand-up.
Yeah.
And I'm like so excited to watch it a set. And then I watch it like over and over again. And it gets to the point where I'm like, you know what? I am never doing this joke again. This is awful.
Yeah, you start hating it when you're like watching. It's like when you watch yourself in the mirror for a long time and then your face starts to like, your eyes begin to like swinkle and be bigger, and it's like it gets like the Instagram filter, you know, the thing where your nose gets like it's like goes off your face, and
we should just do hand motions for this entire thing and just leave it to the imagination of the listeners. All right, so those of you listening out, so your nose goes. You have to figure out what that means. We just demonstrated it, but you have to figure out what it means.
Ooh.
But there's a drop at the end.
Yeah. It's a drop at the end. Ooh. Yeah. Ooh. It's like you can do it like if you're listening to this, do it with your finger, like ooh.
Yes, do exactly that. Just a she motion. Just like look at your screen, see what she did. That's what you do.
Yeah. Ooh. Yes.
Awesome. Well, we'll have links on our Facebook and Instagram and all that to where people can find the movie when it comes out.
Yeah.
Be sure to check that out. But I wanted to talk to you now because you performed with us in my Voices Have Tourettes.
Yeah.
And you were absolutely incredible from day one. It was so fun having you in the show.
Thank you very much.
To talk about the reason why you ended up in the show is you are autistic. And out of curiosity, just to get this started, like how long or when were you diagnosed with autism?
I was diagnosed when I was 16.
16.
Yeah, but they actually like the team in like that holding me together, like doctors and my mom and stuff. They
I love how you describe things.
Holding me together. Yeah, they actually thought that I was. They had a like suspicion that I was like from when I was 9.
Okay.
But I was just never formally diagnosed.
Okay.
Because my mom works with like a lot of kids that have been on the autism spectrum and have Asperger's and all kinds of stuff. So my mom, she was like, yeah, she's probably there.
I love Stepner's joke about the fact that his dad is on the spectrum as well.
Yeah.
So when Stepner was growing up doing weird things, his dad was just like, no, that's just what kids do, right?
That's actually, my mom has Asperger's too.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. So like she was like working with kids on the autism spectrum, so she knew what it was.
What is the process of diagnosing someone with autism? Is it like, are there specific things they look for? Oh
my God, it's such a long progress.
Is it?
Yes. And a lot of girls, they're always diagnosed much later in life.
Yeah, well,
did you know that?
I've thought,
it's
and
weird. Actually
with autism, what's weird is, it's kind of similar with Tourette syndrome as well. It seems to be mostly focused as being like a male disorder.
Yeah,
but it's not. It's like there's a lot of women with who are autistic, and there are a lot of women with Tourette syndrome.
Yeah,
but like I had a friend who said that she was actually told by a neurologist that she can't have Tourette syndrome because she's a woman.
What? you have a vagina, so you can't have Tourette's.
Yeah, well, I mean, that neurologist would probably say she can't have autism either, but
yeah, it was actually
it's weird.
Yeah, like Hans Asperger, the one who like found the Asperger stuff, he said it was only a boy disease.
Weird.
It's so weird.
Wow. Okay, but what is the process like for autism?
Well,
other than you have to be a man.
Well, I wouldn't know anything about it. I'm a woman. Well, with me, so it takes such a long time to get diagnosed, and it's a huge progress. So I wasn't diagnosed until I started acting out. I was always like, I had a trauma and I started to act out with that. So I was always like running away from home and stuff like that. And it just showed a lot because I've always been like really sensitive with like sounds and light and smell and everything like that. So when I came into your room, I found the smell of the pizza box under your bed.
Oh. Thank you for that.
Okay. No. Well, do you have pizza bed?
No.
Okay.
No.
It would be really funny though.
It would be really funny. I mean, I could be lying. There might be, but I'm just not going to say it. But no, it's interesting though about like the sensory stuff with sounds and stuff like that, because I have noticed like because one thing that's kind of fun about having done the show for a while and getting to meet you guys and get to meet more people, who are autistic and with Tourette syndrome and all this, is you start to kind of pick up on things that you normally wouldn't be looking for.
Yeah.
Like I've noticed that for a lot of people that I've met who are autistic, they'll walk into a room that's very loud and instantly they kind of shy away.
Yeah.
And
have you seen that with me? Like when I go to the cellar, when it's like many people, I just start to get like really, my hands start to shake.
Yeah. Well, and that's actually kind of move into that, because that was a topic I really want to discuss, is the stimming.
Yeah.
With autism, autistic people have this, I always want to say tic because it's like Tourette syndrome.
I know it looks like it.
It does, and I've told you and Stepnet about the fact that like I actually do have a couple tics that came from seeing.
I know
autistic
it happens
people
to
stimming.
me too, and I don't even have like Tourette's. It's like stimming. I saw Elva doing the thing with her head, and I started doing that. I couldn't even I was trying not to, but it just happens when I'm stimming.
Yeah, it's so weird. It's so weird how. Like people have asked if like Tourette syndrome is contagious, and I'm like, well, it is contagious if you already have it, and you're and I've noticed with stimming it is kind of, there's so many similarities, and I don't really know how to describe it other than it because with Tourette syndrome and with autism, it is a different it's a different reasoning for doing it. Well, like with Tourette syndrome, it can be just an involuntary thing that we do, but also as I talked about with Elva on this podcast, it also is a lot like OCD in the sense that you get this feeling that if you don't do it,
someone's gonna die.
Or you feel super uncomfortable. Yeah. I've had times where I don't do. I try to not do a tic, and then my stomach is hurting for an hour. And but with stimming. Stepnet has said before that it's kind of a calming down thing. It's more it's more of like it's like when he gets too excited or too agitated or something, the stimming calms him down.
Yeah. It does, like a lot. When I'm like waiting in lines and stuff like that, I have a really hard time waiting in lines.
Yeah.
So I always start like doing this, like shake my head and doing. Can you hear that? I'm like
rubbing fingers together.
I'm rubbing fingers together. Yes.
We really need to if you're listening out there, please support the show so that we can buy video equipment because it'll be so fun. It would be so fun on video to just show all this stuff.
Yes, and I'm like much used to I have to show people what I'm doing. Like you have to watch my face, because that's where all my emotions are, like Mr. Bean.
I really want to do it on video also so that people can see when my eyes do this.
Yeah.
And then they just see, everyone thinks I'm just not interested in anything that they're saying.
Rolling your eyes.
Just rolling my eyes and just like, oh, well, that was a lame comment. No, I actually was very interested in that. Oh, having Elva on video would be amazing.
Oh, yeah.
But showing this, but getting back to the point, but showing stimming. Yeah. So basically you had your hand next to your ear and you were rubbing your fingers together.
Yeah. And then I shake my head.
Is it the sound of the fingers? Is that why you have it next to your ear?
I actually don't know why I do this. It's just, it can't be the sound of my finger, but why I'm holding it here and why I'm doing this with my head, it just it calms me down.
Yeah.
And I feel much better when I do this. Did you hear my neck break?
Oh yeah.
Did you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like a little click.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have that in my wrist.
Oh.
Yeah, I know. I remember I discovered that when I was a kid. I just randomly went to stretch my hand, my wrist, and I was just like, did I just break my wrist?
Oh my God.
What? But it didn't hurt, so I was like, oh well, I guess I'm okay. but yeah, no, it's fascinating because I have a tic that where I basically push my thumb into my palm of my other hand, and I noticed that typically happens when I'm trying to calm down.
Yeah.
But it's an automatic thing. I don't really think about why I do it. Mm-hmm. I don't know why it's that motion specifically. I did think at one point that I got it from the show Supernatural because there's a scene where Sam is actually doing that motion.
Oh,
and it's because he.
You're I'm Sam now.
Right, I'm Sam Winchester. Well, my sister's name is Sam, so maybe.
Really? Oh. She's Sam.
Yes, she is Sam. So I guess Dan is close to Dean, so there is that. Yeah. There is that.
Oh my God.
But not to give away spoilers, but there is that a part of Supernatural where Sam is getting he's getting these visions of Lucifer, the devil, and he's actually getting hallucinations of him being there. And every time he does that with his hand where he pushes his thumb in there, everything goes away.
Really?
So I wondered if I just subconsciously while watching that was doing that. and then just 5 minutes later, my tic stopped and I was like, Oh, that's how you do it. Ah, okay.
Lucifer, go away.
all this time of my girlfriend's cat trying to calm my tics. No, it was just putting pressure on my hand until I feel like it's gonna break.
Oh, jeez. I actually hate doing it. I don't like this.
You don't like it?
No.
Well, it's not for it's just for the professionals.
It's just for weird people like with Tourette or something.
Yeah, it's like I was talking to Hans about his stutter, and he was referring to it as he's level 5 stutter.
Level 5?
Yeah, he's level 5. He's a professional now.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
Professional.
But yeah, and with the stimming though, do you find that it tends to, so it comes out like primarily when you're excited or worked up about something?
Yeah, it's usually when I'm excited or if I'm stressed or if there's a lot of people around me.
So it's like it's kind of like a defense mechanism type thing.
Yeah, kind of.
Okay.
Yeah, so it makes me feel really good. But sometimes I can see like people watching me.
Yeah.
Like, what is she doing?
Well,
and I'm like, yeah, I'm just like, girl, I'm dancing with my body.
You have the greatest fake American accent of all time. Just if you could always talk like that.
Yeah, so like I was just like walking down the street and I had to stim very much. So when I was in America.
Yeah. That's when you sounded pure American, right there, pure American. When I was in the America.
I was like, I always thought like it sounded like I was farting, but I was not. It was it's not stool.
Ooh, the stool.
This thing.
The chair.
The chair. It's called stóll in Iceland.
The chair just farts.
Yeah.
It just has
the chair
habit.
farts. I don't fart.
Well, that's another thing. Apparently, only men do that. So.
Yeah, like us women don't do that, and we don't have autism or anything like that.
No, you're just weird.
Yeah. Like really.
Could you imagine if that was the diagnosis? Like every time a woman walks into the neurologist or the whomever, and then just like, yeah. So what's wrong with me? You're just weird. I don't know what to tell you. No, but I'm squeaking and I'm doing all these head motions. Yeah, no, you're just looking for attention. That's all.
Yeah, that's just weird. Attention seeker.
It is.
I'm diagnosed.
But it's so horrible though. I mean that whole thing, because it not only stops women from being diagnosed with things, but also stops them from getting help with them. Yeah. And I think it's actually, not to take this from like a laughing moment to a let's get serious, but like it's just it's horrible. It's all horrifying. Like I see
it really is.
That's why I love the chance to get to do the show, but also I love there's a page on Facebook that this woman did. Alex, my girlfriend, shares this stuff all the time. What? It's like the something kitty, or I'm trying. I want to give them a plug because I love
kitty.
Something kitty.
Pussy kitty.
It's like the
dog kitty.
Where is this? Oh, hold on. I'm being so professional right now.
The giant kitty.
The giant kitty. She shares. Well, there's the neurodiverse women or neurodiverse woman. That's.
Are you talking about nerds with vaginas?
No, there's
that's a page.
But that's a great one.
Yeah.
That's a great one. But no, there's one that I really like. It's the neurodiverse woman. I think there's the autistic kitty.
Autistic kitty.
Yeah, and basically what they're doing is they're doing posts that talk about the things that no one knows about or that don't get discussed. So like there's a lot of posts about like what autism is like for women.
Yeah.
Specifically, that gets kind of like spoken over because of the fact that everyone just focuses on what men are dealing with.
Yeah.
Which is stupid.
And have you seen like when you watch movies about autism, it's always the boy who has autism.
It is.
It confuses me. That's why like, and boys, they have like sort of different autism than girls, like in movies and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I've never seen like a film.
Yeah, come to think about it, yeah, I don't think I've ever seen a movie with an autistic woman.
I actually saw one movie. That's
you were in one.
Yeah, I were in one.
Yeah, you were in several movies.
Yeah.
You were just in a movie called Mentor, which Tourette was in.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that was amazing.
That turned out so well.
It was so weird seeing myself up there on the the screen going to the movies.
No, you know the best part. The best part of that movie is the fact that I don't speak Icelandic very well.
Yeah.
But I understand a bit of it. Mm-hmm. But when you did your jokes, I was like, I know exactly what joke she's doing. Like Alex turns to me and she's just like, yeah, this is one of her jokes, and I'm like, no, I like this one. I've heard this before. This is she's about to do Mr. Bean.
Yeah.
But yeah, but yeah, it's not really represented very well in movies for women.
Dakota Fanning was acting in a film.
Dakota Fanning.
Oh,
Dakota Fanning.
Yeah. Have you seen like this? It's not
Star Trek.
No, but she's like this on the poster. It's about the autistic girl who's like obsessed with writing scripts around Star Trek, and she just loves it. And I connected so much with it. I loved it. I watched it like many times.
Yeah, I'll have to check it out. If for the listeners, check into the description down below. We'll have a link to it.
Yeah.
But you have but you've done we've gotten so much into this. We haven't really talked too much about everything that you've done. You've acted. You've acted. Well, we did talk about the movie coming out. Mm-hmm. We did. You've done comedy.
Yeah.
You've done a lot of things. But I'm curious, how have you found that the autism, how has that affected acting or comedy?
I love that question. It actually, yes. So it has helped me a lot with like, can you hear my accent? It's like it changes around times.
Your accent, it gets so much more Icelandic the more you talk.
I'm gonna rip out your beard.
I've been told not to do my Icelandic accent because
your accent
because it reminds people of their grandfather in Akureyri apparently. Sorry, Akureyri. Yeah, but what were we talking about? We were talking about how acting and comedy has helped, and if you could tie it into being a woman, that seems to be the theme of this whole discussion.
Yeah, so I'm a woman, and do you like that accent better? Accent? It's like working really well.
It reminds me of so many people I knew in the States.
I know, right? When I was like trying to do that, and there was this girl in my school when I was in New York Film Academy. She was like, "Oh my God, you sound a lot like girls from my hometown." And that was like, I think it was Tennessee or something, with with the big hair and plumpy lips and stuff. But yeah, acting has helped me a lot with my autism and comedy too. It's like I've always been like really like I have always like much humor. I get it from my father, and when I was younger, I wasn't really good at making friends. I didn't have like friends in school and stuff like that.
It always shocks me when you say that, because I'm just like, but you're such a likable person.
I guess I wasn't though. Like,
well, I mean,
the girls, they hated me.
You have said, you have talked about that. You have talked about how you used to collect dead flies.
I used to collect dead flies and pictures of dead people.
Yeah.
Not like, they were not dead on the pictures. Yeah. But it was like, what's it called? Dánartilkynning. It's like the thing where it's like, this one died.
Obituary.
I used to collect obituaries, but my mom, she told me to throw them away because she like thought I was turning into a serial killer or something.
See, the weird thing is, well, like the dead flies. Okay, I don't know if when I was a kid I might have hung out with you, but when I was a kid, if you were just like, I have a collection of pictures of dead people because I love horror movies, I would have been like, okay, we can talk.
Well, we would have made great friends.
We would have,
yes. But
unfortunately, we never ended up as friends. But we would have been. We would have been great friends.
We would have been great friends.
Oh, we would have been.
Yeah. So, anyways, what's your name again?
Yeah, I'm Fred.
Fred. Okay, I'm George.
George, nice to meet you.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you.
I was watching Harry Potter yesterday, so that's
everyone's been watching Harry Potter.
I was actually watching it with Alex.
Yeah. What is there like a big party going on that I'm not invited to, or is it just because I'm working all the time?
It's just because we don't like you, really.
Okay. No. All right. We're gonna get back to what you were talking about before, but I have to get this point out because how cool would it be, like Hogwarts with disorders and syndromes?
Oh my god!
Like a bunch of autistic wizards.
Oh my god! You also.
Me with my squeak accidentally doing spells that I'm not trying to do.
Yeah.
I mean, like my hand is. I'd have to have the wand in my right hand. I couldn't have it in my left hand.
Oh my god!
Because my hand would just shake and turn everyone into a toad. Oh my!
When God you saw.
And having experienced a stepnit while he was on a manic episode, I can't imagine a wizard having a manic episode. Just go like basically turning into Voldemort. Sorry, I'm not supposed to say his name.
Yeah. No, he would be the Dark Lord.
Oh, poor Hans though. Poor Hans wouldn't be able to pronounce any of the spells because he has a stutter.
Oh really? Oh, I would hate to be like, yeah, you're a wizard, and he's like, yeah, I can't like,
Yeah. We have been talking about doing a sketch show for so long. That has to be a sketch. Harry Potter with everyone having disorders and syndromes. That would be amazing.
Actually, I think Luna had something like
maybe.
Disorder. I was
definitely anxiety.
Like, yeah, but she always she looked so much like she always was looking like up in the air. I connected with her when I was younger.
Yeah,
I was like, she probably has autism. I would probably diagnose her with my with my non-skills at diagnosing people.
See, the thing is, I always like related with the wrong people. I always related with like the evil characters,
really?
just because they were always just trying to have fun.
Are you talking about like Bellatrix?
Well, Bellatrix is awesome.
She is awesome.
But like, I mean, okay, like Draco Malfoy was an asshole. But at the same time, like you saw that he just wanted to do things for the fun of doing them. You know, like he wanted, like, I'm all right. He was a bully for the sake of being fun about being a bully. That I can't agree with. But like there were so many aspects about like evil characters that I looked at them and I was just like, well, they're just trying to have fun. I just want to have fun. I can relate to that. And then they do the evil thing and I'm like, okay, now I get why I don't like you, but that's not the point.
Well, the main character is cool, but then they do something stupid.
Yeah.
And then you're like, well, I lost a little respect for you, but I think you're cool, but I lost a little respect for you.
Yeah. I mean, and then you got Harry Potter who he just breaks all the rules, but he's Harry Potter.
Yeah, so it's fine.
He can get away with
a scar.
Imagine Harry Potter being in a lawyer's or like a courtroom. Hey, like he broke like a ton of laws. And then they're just like, so, Mr. Potter, do you have anything to say? I mean, come on. I'm Harry friggin' Potter. I mean, really, like okay.
The scar.
The whole scar deal, the glasses. You remember that whole ordeal? Like,
that's
let me off on a warning or something like that.
Have you ever been to Universal Studios? Yeah, I've been there too.
Yeah, just like
have you been to Universal and go into the the roller coaster? It was not really a roller coaster.
The roller coaster.
It's like
the only one.
No, I don't know. When I was in LA, there was like a roller coaster where you went by the Griffin.
I think this is a good time to mention that both of us have ADD.
Yeah. I'm really sorry about that.
No, it's all good. So, the roller coaster with the Griffin.
Yes, the roller coaster with the Griffin. It was really fun. But yes, so Harry Potter is cool.
Yeah. So getting back to how comedy and acting has helped you.
Yes. Oh yeah.
I got this. I got this.
Oh, thank God.
I may not be able to process the right order of my thoughts.
Yeah.
But while we were doing the whole Harry Potter thing, I was going, okay, acting and comedy. Yes.
Okay, so you're the savior.
Yes.
Yeah. So yes, it has helped me a lot. So like,
are you having second thoughts now? No, now you're like, maybe it hasn't helped. I mean, I had this whole thought before, but now I can't think of it. Maybe it hasn't helped at all.
Well, it isn't really helping me right now.
Maybe I should be a gardener. Maybe I should go into a different profession.
Yeah, I think so. Well, when I'm on stage, it can be with autism. It can have like positive perks.
Okay.
Perks and flaws. Is it like if it's perks like good?
Well, like there's pros and cons.
Pros and cons. Yes, I mean that. So like sometimes when I'm up on stage, I just like zone completely out.
Right.
You've like seen it where I just like it just happens. I can't like control it. It just.
I like how it's like distracting for the audience, but for you, it's just like, this feels great.
Yeah, it really feels good. Like, okay, I can stop for a minute now and just like I'm zoning out. But it actually really it can hurt my brain though.
Really?
Yeah, when I'm like trying to do something and I can't do it because I'm zoning out and I'm trying to like have a conversation with someone, and then suddenly I just like I can't hear them anymore and I'm just zoning out and.
Yeah.
Like, ooh, I'm gone. And then I have to tell them like, oh, I wasn't listening. I'm sorry. You're not boring. Sometimes they are boring, but you're not boring. That's why. That's not why I wasn't listening. Well, but I would tell them if they were boring, and we would just like switch the conversation to something else.
Right. But there is an aspect though of comedy that I've noticed. You Stepner and Steindor, who have all performed in voices and are autistic. All of you have had a similar thing and I've talked to all three of you because I think it's fascinating about the fact that like none of you are able to use the timer. Like, well,
no.
we have so at the Secret Cellar we have a timer for the comedians so they can see how much time they have left.
Oh boy!
And all three of you. And what I find interesting though is as I watched the three of you perform and I started talking to each of you about it, I realized. There's a lot of similarities that come up because Stepner, for example, was talking about how he views his set very mathematically. So when he plans out how much time he has, he plans out literally how long it takes him to get through each joke, but he doesn't think about the improv or the extra stuff. Like if something happens in the room and he starts talking to someone, he doesn't plan based on that. And what I love about Steindor is that Steindor just took that and just basically wrote down his whole set on his notes and has notes that he uses as a prop so he uses his notes as a prop for the whole thing. Okay. So he has notes that he reads, but he doesn't need to like do what they say. And it's so clever how he does it. So now his sets end up being exactly the amount of time that he wants because he doesn't stray from it. He does everything by the page.
Oh, that's actually really clever.
Right?
Yeah.
And so it seems like there's a lot of planning out mathematically how long everything needs to be.
Mm-hmm. I'm not good. I'm really not good at math.
No, you're not good at math.
I'm ashamed to my community, people with autism, that to the stereotypes. I'm really not good at math. People are always like, oh, so you're really good at math if you're autistic. I'm like, no, I can't even like, I can count to 10 and I stop from there.
It's funny when I count in Icelandic, I always count in intervals of 20. So I count to 20 and then I count over again.
Oh.
So I go 1 to 20 and then I count, and when I get to 20 again, I say 40 in my head. And then I count another 20, and instead of saying 20, I say 60.
Awesome.
But to be fair, that's because once you get past 20, it becomes longer. So it's saying the numbers. So it's like 28, like 28. Like I do that. I do like instead of doing because I
you sound so weird when you speak Icelandic.
Well, I'm like yeah. I feel like I'm doing one of those learning apps. Now we're gonna move on to numbers. 8. 2. But like when I count so quickly. I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I go all the way up to 20.
This was really good.
But I can't do like to the 8, to the 2, to the 3, to the like. That's when I start jumbling it. So I just automatically just started switching based on what was easier.
Yeah.
But you're not good at math.
I'm really not good at math.
How old are you?
I don't know.
You don't know. Okay.
No, I'm born in 1999.
1999.
Yeah, so I have no idea how old I am right now because I'm not good at math.
Okay, that would be 21.
Yes.
I mean, assuming that your birthday has already happened this year.
Yeah, I'm 21. I know how old I am.
Oh, you never know. I don't know. Maybe
You were trying to be so understanding. Like, how old are you? Oh, you don't know. Okay, so I will just do it for you.
I'll just do the math for you. So, I mean, you said you weren't good at math, so all right. Let's see. 99. Well, it's 2020. So
no, I have my birthday every year, so it changes with the years how old I am.
But there are a lot of stereotypes that are, I mean, they're true for some people, but like with autism and Tourette's and a lot of things, schizophrenia, I don't know why I pointed to you when I said schizophrenia. Yeah, you're not Hannah.
I thought I had schizophrenia for a very long time.
Did you?
Yeah. I was actually, before I got diagnosed with autism, I thought I had schizophrenia.
Did you hear voices?
Yeah, but it was like when I went to Geðrof. It's like when you, I don't know.
Everyone always asks me what Icelandic words mean. I don't know.
Yeah, you don't know.
It took, you know how long it took me to learn Yenenneki? Like what that means? I mean, that's something you just have to understand it.
So when I get really much anxiety, I start to like lose control of my mind.
Okay.
So it's like sometimes I had like we think I had personality disorder.
Okay.
Which is like you know what that is. So I was never diagnosed with it formally because I never went to the thing where you were diagnosed.
Yeah.
But it was very likely I had personality disorder. And and the reason I'm saying had because you can actually like go from it.
That's true. I mean, actually, with Tourette syndrome, for example, I mean, most kids that have Tourette syndrome, when they're kids, when they have tics and stuff, they actually, the expression they use is they grow out of it. But then you have people that have it later in life. You have people that experience it. I mean, like I think I first experienced my tics when I was. My first memory is probably when I was around 8 years old. But your first memory? My first memories of my tics.
Yeah, okay.
My memory is terrible though, and I know that I've heard that I had other things before I was 8. But the thing is I feel like I'm just jumbling all of this in one statement. My brain has like all the thoughts, and I'm like, okay, which one do I go with first?
I know.
No, so it's basically like a lot of these disorders, they can come in later, or they can you can end up like it goes away. But that's not the way it is for everyone. So that's the hard thing about it, and that's the tough thing about stereotypes, because with stereotypes, it's that. Well, like no two people are the same.
I know.
So it's, some people might have like Elva and I do have some tics that are similar. Just like you have some similarities with autism, Stepner and Steindor. But then there are things that you are different from them. There are things that they're different from you. There are things that make Steindor different from both of you. It's all relative to the person.
That's like the stereotypes. It's always like I have no idea when people when I tell people, because I find it's much more comfortable to tell people right away that I have autism.
Right.
So because sometimes it's just people have thought I was on drugs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So that says a lot about my autism.
Have you noticed the stereotypes about autism though? It's either I should be afraid of you, or you are the smartest human being on the planet.
Yeah.
Because I've noticed like it tended to like, I mean, the stereotypes that I've heard are basically like, well, it's either about the tantrums or it's about the super intelligence,
the brilliance,
and it's just like okay, if those are our options, let's say that was all autism was, right? And let's say those were our options. Why are there people trying to get rid of it? If one of the stereotypes is that they're super intelligent, why aren't we learning from it instead of trying to get rid of it?
That makes a lot of sense. Are people trying to get rid of?
Well, there's because of the fear behind well, I think it's because like if like with parents of autistic children, well, with the tantrums and things that come with it,
the tantrums can be really bad.
They can.
So like if I could choose, if I could like get rid of my tantrums, like is it called tantrums, like the meltdowns? Yeah, I would definitely like the meltdowns. Sometimes I'm just like a few weeks, just like coming back to like Earth, just because it was so hard on like everything, my mind and my body.
Yeah. Well, and I do want to point out real quick that it's not necessarily tantrums, like. Because it's not necessarily that you're acting out.
No, it's called the meltdowns, when I get like sensory overload.
Right.
And I just start to like...
Yeah, because it can come different ways. I just wanted to stress, because a tantrum is more like, it's more like when a kid acts out, like, and they're like throwing their arms and everything.
Okay, I get
that's a tantrum.
Okay.
Like a temper tantrum.
That's a tantrum. I was talking about like the meltdown when this everything gets really overwhelming.
Right.
Like when you're downtown and people are like having fun and you hear everybody screaming and your sensory, everything will get like really messy and
will
get too much.
When actually speaking of the sensory thing, and like one thing that I find really fascinating about autism. And is the fact that autism, it seems like it kind of has its own language, because of the fact that but like a lot of it seems sensory. So like with autism, it seems like there's kind of a known thing about how like autistic people sometimes have a harder time reading facial emotion. Sometimes they have like with sarcasm, they have a tough time. They have to learn it. But also with that would have been great if that comment was sarcastic, but it wasn't. But no, because it's like Stepner was talking about how like he used to have like where he would be at a party, and then he would see people like picking up and starting to leave, but then he looks at the host, and the host will give him like a look like, it's kind of that time, and he'll be like, so more drinks, because it didn't pick up on the fact that they wanted him to leave. And so I love that like I find it fascinating that it's just like everything becomes kind of it's like a different dialect of the same language. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense. And just it gets really hard, like people, they don't just say things to you. Like what they're meaning. They always like give you a look and you're like, what are you doing with your face? Like I don't understand what you're doing with your face. You have to tell me, like, if I'm I don't know. I have no what can I say? Like like with that, if he wanted him to leave, he has to hear that. Like, well, no, the party is over, so you have to go home. And instead of just giving him a look that is like, I don't know what you're doing with your face.
It's fun. I had that talk with him, or I talked with him once about that, because he was saying that for autistic people, it sucks so much that everyone is so like sensitive to telling people how they actually feel.
I know,
because like, and
it's really
because
hard.
because a lot of people are just so sensitive about making sure that people aren't offended. But then you've got autistic people that are like, well, what are you trying to say?
Yeah, I know.
Because I just want to know what you're getting at, because I can't sense that.
I'm always offending everybody, and I never know like what it is. Because when someone asks you, if a fat woman comes up to you and asks you, do I look fat in that dress? like, yes, you look fat in that dress because you were fat before you went in it. But like, it's just like plain honesty. But it's like I'm talking from a real experience.
Yeah, I just love the wording of that. You were fat before you got in the dress, so yes, it makes you look.
It's like I don't get why I should not say that, because if she was asking me, so sometimes I just ask, do you want an honest opinion or do you want me to tell a white lie?
Yeah.
Well, or like, do you want me to tell you what you want to hear?
Well, it's
because
also,
I don't always like. I'm not trying to be rude or offending anybody. I just say what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
It's like I don't see anything. If you're fat in that dress, it doesn't make you like lesser than beautiful. You're always like a bomb and stuff like that. But like if you were fat before you went in that dress, then you're fat in that dress. But it's okay.
Yeah.
Like that's just the way you are built.
Well, it's also autism is very I've heard it described as very logic based.
Yeah.
So everything is like the way that autistic people feel is very much based on their logic of reading the situations and dealing with it in a way that they find realistic.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like in that situation, she asked you a question. You answered the question.
I'm just supposed to answer.
You answered what they were asking for.
Yeah,
because you didn't answer what they don't want.
When you were
or what
younger,
they do want,
people are always saying like you should not lie to others.
Yeah.
But then people are always lying all the time, and it confuses me so much.
And then you have no idea
it's like, why would you tell her she's fat? Like she is, but it's okay. I'm not trying to be rude. She was just asking me a question. Like, do you think my shoes are ugly? Well, I actually don't like your shoes. They're really ugly.
Okay.
But like
they're very comfortable though.
Yeah. And so I'm not saying you should get out of them. I'm just like, it's my opinion.
Yeah.
And it should not affect you if you like them.
Yeah. No, I agree with you.
Yeah.
I mean, in a perfect world,
not be lying.
In a perfect world, that's how we should all behave. Really, if you think about it, we should just be honest and tell people how we feel.
Yeah, but like,
because otherwise, how are you going to know?
Yeah, but if you are supposed to be lying, when are you supposed to be lying?
Yeah.
I don't know when it's
strategic.
appropriate to tell the truth or when it's like inappropriate.
When you're trying to get, well, like for example, when you go to a comedy club and you want to get a gig, you lie your ass. No, okay. No, I agree. But it is very much strategic. I mean, it's very much like figuring out, like
I sound like a total bitch right now.
No.
It's just like I don't get it.
I mean, this is the point of this, is to learn the things that people don't know. You know.
Yeah.
But I think it's. No, I love it because it's true. It makes you realize that like everything that everyone says, they're always thinking of like, how is it going to make this person react? How is it going to make them feel? Whereas if you just tell them the truth, they might be upset. They're going to get over it.
Yeah, but like if I was asking you, do you like my hair or something? I wouldn't want you to, like, I'm asking you to actually give me opinion. What do you think of my hair? You don't have to say anything. It
looks nice.
Thanks.
Yeah, it's a little frazzled in the back.
I know. I look like a troll. If I take this here out, I will be like.
You had like this whole time. You had like one, like a few hairs that were like sticking out the back, and it kind of looked like you had like a half moon, like sticking out the back of your head.
Oh, I actually like that.
But you moved your hair and now it's gone. Yeah,
it's there, right? No, right.
No, now you just look like you're about to complain to the manager.
Can I talk to your manager?
But before we get to the end here, I do want to mention one other thing. I know that you're not doing much with this right now, which is very sad because I loved the music. Remini's voice, I love that. I love that project so much.
Yeah.
You need to do more of it. But
I'm really scared of singing.
You're scared to sing, but you're so good.
It's just like it doesn't bring me any happiness.
It doesn't bring happiness.
No, when I sing, I'm always like, oh my God, just this voice in my head. She's like, you're doing it wrong. I hate you. You're like, you can do anything. If you can't sing this, you can't do anything in life. And this has always been the voice in my head when I sing. When I'm alone, I can sing like la 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 la, stuff like that. But when I'm
you sing when you're alone.
Yeah, when people are like around me and are watching, I'm always like, oh my God, why are you here? Like, why am I singing? This should not like.
Well, you could always.
I get always really upset.
Do you like recording the music, or do you just not?
No,
like, you just don't like it.
I just don't like it.
Oh, and
it's probably a part because people always like, oh, is your sister like the singer from Lord of the Rings? Wow, then you must be a really good singer. Well, and I'm
actually, real quick, because I did a whole segment with Þórhallur about his dad.
Yeah.
But what I kind of wanted to ask you that question as well is because Þórhallur, we talked about how his dad is famous in Iceland, and your sister is not just famous in Iceland, but she's actually branched out to being known in other countries as well.
Yeah.
Has there like have you felt there like that there's been any like unfair treatment toward you being that you're her sister and not her?
Can you ask that again?
So like for example, like with Þórhallur, like he's developed like quite a bit of anxiety because of the fact that people won't let him be his own person.
Yeah,
they're always responding to well, what's your dad up to? How's your dad been? Are you doing a project with your dad? Is it like your dad? Are you doing voices to be like your dad? Like it's always. It's always and everyone's always and everyone's always calling him Latte son.
No.
Yeah. So and I was talking to him about the fact that like I've noticed when he performs on stage in front of tourists, he has the best sets he's ever had. But as soon as there's a few Icelanders, it's like in his head he goes, "Oh, this again."
Yeah.
No, because he knows that they're just going to compare him.
Yeah.
Have you had any situations like that with Emiliana?
Well, people always assume that I'm a really good singer because she's my sister.
Well, to be fair, you are a really good singer.
I don't think so. I actually when I hear me sing, I get really upset.
Really?
Yeah. I sometimes I just start to cry. I hate singing. That's why I don't do it very much. But I like writing songs.
Okay.
And like that's a part like to express myself. And then I have to sing them. It's so like I want to like write songs for other people to sing them that can sing like.
So basically, you want to write a song and then go to your sister and be like, "How do you like these jungle drums?"
Yeah. No, she writes really good songs, so I'm not gonna like ruin her career or anything like that.
Of course.
But yeah, it has been like it's weird when people see my name and they're like, "Oh, so are you like related to Zerin and Torrini?" And I'm always like I never say it in the first place. Like, right. Oh, Torrini, that's an unusual name. I'm like, yep. My dad, he was Italian. So, and I always like avoid going to saying that she's my sister, even though she's the best sister ever.
Aww.
But
she is a wonderful person.
She is a wonderful person. I love her. She's like such a she's like a sunshine.
Although I do remember to this day meeting her at the Voices show and confusing her for your mom.
That's
feeling so embarrassed.
She is actually really often confused with my mom.
They look very similar.
Yeah, they look very similar. But my mom is not her mom. That's so weird.
Really?
It's really weird.
That is weird.
I know they look really similar, but they're not connected in any way.
Wow.
But as I was saying with yeah, I don't want to get like if I'm going to pröfur. Why am I watching you? Pröfur. Do you know what it is?
I don't know what
auditions.
Auditions. Okay.
Yeah, I don't want to go to an audition and get a part just because I'm her sister.
Right.
You know, so I really want to do like my own thing,
right,
and not be getting like my sister's fame to get me famous. You know.
Exactly.
That's like, I find that really, that would make me really uncomfortable because I would like not be like known for me like. And
well, it's interesting because you brought up the last name and like when I moved to Iceland, I did hear your sister's music, and so like I knew her name, and like I've every bar that I've worked at where I put music on the playlist, I always put her music on because it's Icelandic, and it shows off Icelandic talent.
And she has a really good music.
And she has very good music. But then I met you, and it didn't click. I just didn't think about the fact that Torrini is just not an Icelandic name. It's just simply like, how many Torrinis could there possibly be?
Oh, we are very many Torrinis. Yes.
In Iceland?
Yeah.
Really?
Well, yeah. We are.
Okay. I mean, because I don't see any Torrini's daughters or any.
No, it's not daughters. Like, it's not Torrini daughters. My father was named Salvatore, but it's like the family name. So it's like I don't have daughter, like Jónsdóttir or anything like that. So yeah,
you just have a last name that sounds like a really interesting pasta.
I know. And do you know?
Would you like the linguini or the Torrini?
It's always like Maria Carmela Tortellini.
I always get like every almost not even a joke. For a while, every time I saw your name, I got hungry. I was just like, I could use some spaghetti right now.
But like Carmela is like, it's like a candy here.
Yeah,
it's like caramel.
Yeah.
When I was younger, it was always like, Carmela, can I eat you?
Oh,
I was like, well, we're too young for that.
Oh,
maybe later in life, if you get handsome.
Oh, only if they get handsome.
Only if they get
handsome. You can only be with a handsome person.
I won't let anyone eat me if he's not handsome, because I have to watch him eat me. Okay, this is okay.
Anyway.
Anyways,
well, this is actually a good time to go to say that we are getting toward the end of the podcast.
I was going to talk about more sex stuff.
Oh yeah, I'm not gonna be able to top that. That's the problem. Not like that was just But first of all, Carmela, thank you so much for being on the podcast.
Thank you so much for having me on the podcast.
Yes, and we'll have to do this again because this was just absolutely a blast. But for those of you listening in, this has been My Voices Have Tourettes, the podcast. First of all, thank you so much for listening. If you ever have any questions or topics that you want us to discuss on the show, just send them over to info@mvhtshow.com. That's info@mvhtshow.com. If you would like to support the show and keep this going as long as possible, help us get better equipment for video and all that kind of stuff, check out our PayPal at paypal.me/mvhtshow. Again, that's paypal.me/mvhtshow. You can find out more information about us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. We also have mvhtshow.com. You can find out about our sponsors, Gamesless Studio, where we are recording. They have a Facebook. Check them out. There's also The Secret Cellar, Iceland's first and only comedy club, on Facebook, Instagram, and thesecretcellar.is. Then there's Smári's Volcano Sauce, my favorite hot sauces on the planet. Check them out on Facebook, Instagram, and smárisvolcanosauce.com. You can check the description below for all the links that I'm mentioning right now. This podcast is available on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Stitcher Podcasts, YouTube, and more. If you like the podcast, please rate it in streaming services. If you give us a 5 stars, we will love you forever. You are welcome to leave us a 1-star review, but if you do, remember that several of us have anxiety and panic disorder, and we'll remember this for the rest of our lives. But we will still love you, of course. So feel free to do that. Feel free to follow and share the podcast to anyone and everyone you think would love this. And once again, thank you so much for listening, and check out new episodes every Tuesday.